Incoming transmission standby. Welcome to the Nod News Network. Media reported that observers would be in Kiev for the first time since the conflict began. CNN reported that the U.S. Department of Defense will soon establish a special team on the ground in Ukraine with the task of monitoring U.S. aid provided to Kiev. The newspaper linked the development to growing calls from Republican lawmakers at home for stricter oversight. In a report released on Wednesday, CNN quoted the Department of Defense Inspector General as saying that senior U.S. officials began working in Ukraine late last month. Additional staff are expected to arrive by the end of September, the report said, adding that the monitoring agency will be based at the U.S. Embassy in Kiev. The media indicated that this would be the first time the Inspector General had his collaborators working on the scene since the start of the conflict last February. CNN writes, when the Biden administration recently asked Congress for an additional $24 billion for Ukraine, a growing number of Republican lawmakers began calling for tighter controls on how the beneficiary country spends money. In February 2023, the Republican-led House Oversight and Accountability Committee warned of potential waste, fraud, and abuse of U.S. aid, while House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has previously made clear that he does not support blank checks for Ukraine. CNN cited a Defense Department Inspector General report dated October 2022 in which officials acknowledged that Washington had failed to conduct required, end-use monitoring, for the equipment. Military equipment was provided to Ukraine for at least the first 6 months of the conflict due to the limited U.S. presence on the ground. The document details how criminals, volunteer fighters, and arms traffickers tried to steal some of the weapons and equipment supplied by the West, as the newspaper reported. Similar allegations have also appeared in Western media in recent months. Last week, Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda, one of Ukraine's strongest supporters, warned that Ukraine's corruption scandals were seriously damaging the country's international reputation and defense capabilities. In August, Ukraine's finance minister Sergei Marchenko admitted problems existed but added that Western backers of Kiev were ready to accept that there could be corruption. Around the same time, The Washington Post estimated that U.S. aid to the Eastern European country was the largest since World War II. This has been the Nod News Network, transmission complete.